My name's Adam, you're watching episode 1 of Sky Blue Social.
I would do anything just to get you back again. I would do anything at all. No, I'm not innocent. You deserve a better man. But let me just hold your hand once more. Ooh, 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 I wanna take you out. Ooh, 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 show you what I'm all about.
Thank you for joining us for the first episode of Sky Blue Social. Over the course of the next season, we're going to be bringing you Coventry City preview, bringing you reviews of games, and we're going to hopefully be bringing you lots of fun along the way, results permitting. It would be very much appreciated if you could subscribe and share the channel, and we hope you enjoy the content. Given our experience over the last 10 to 15 years, if not longer, it's really easy for us as Coventry City supporters to sit here and worry about what's going to happen over the next season. However, given the end of last season and the momentum the club was carrying and the feeling that was going on between the club and the fans and the great sense of pride in the city and the club once again, I think if we can keep that going, it's only going to help the players and the manager get this team together for the season and produce some results on the pitch. We've got to start positively. We can't look at pre-season as an indicator of what the start of this season is going to look like. Pre-season never ends up telling you anything about what's going to happen at the start of the season. They're just training games. We're missing loads of players in those games. We're missing Bayliss and Sterling because they're with the England squad, and there's loads of other players out, including players that we haven't even signed yet that we're possibly going to sign over the next couple of weeks. So I think we've got to be really positive about the start of this season, and then we've got to look forward to it, and hopefully we'll come Scunthorpe at home. We're going to have a great day and a win in the bag. If you're monitoring social media at the moment, you will see that some Coventry supporters are a little bit worried about the lack of a striker up front. And I think there's no doubt about it. We need someone to replace Mark McNulty fairly quickly. But if you actually have a look at the signings that we've made a fair amount of them so far. There is Reece Alassane, Junior Brown, Morgan Williams, Abu Agoga, Johnson Clark-Harris, Brandon Mason, Bauer Bosma, Zane Westbrook, Dujon Sterling, and I think you can also class Jody Jones and Tony Andrew as new signings considering they were out for most of last season. So when you look at that and you think, well, what has it been like in terms of pre-season signings? It's actually been pretty good, and we did all the business early as well, which means that we've got a lot of time for those players to gel. Yes, it hasn't come through on the pre-season results. They've been fairly poor, with us losing most of the games, most recently against Derby 1-0. But I think we have to trust Mark Robins. He's not gone too far wrong before. Some of the signings that he's made when they've been made have been a bit like, really? But then they've come off, and you only have to look at last season to see that he knows what he's doing. Also, who knows what's to come from the academy? Over the recent years, there's been so many players who have come through that academy to be absolutely fantastic players. Maybe there's someone in there this year that can shine a light and be the next James Maddison or the next Callum Wilson. Who knows? Mark McNulty, he's gone and there's nothing we can do about it. There's been so much social media attention on Mark joining Reading. It was inevitable, and I think that if you've got a 20 goal a season plus striker in your team and you are in League 1 and League 2, then you're going to do well to hold on to them. You just got to look around the other teams in the leagues around it. You're not going to hold on to these players if they have that extra value to bring in something to the club. Hopefully the Mark McNulty money will be put back into the club and we can find someone to replace him. But right now I think our fans need to move on. One player that we've got to say goodbye to this season is Ryan Haynes. Ryan's joining Shrewsbury after being with the club since he was a youngster. And I think it's a good opportunity for Ryan to go and prove himself in a different team. I don't think that given the signings that we've made this season, including Junior Brown, I don't think he stood much chance of holding down first team place. I think Ryan offered a lot going forward. There were some great goals that came as a result of Ryan's technical skill and ability, but in defence, sometimes he looked like he was a little bit frail, and I think given the calibre of the team that we're trying to put together, I don't think Ryan fitted into that this season and wouldn't be forming part of Mark Robins' plans, but good luck to him. And finally, Chris Stokes has gone to Bury. I'm actually pretty sad to see Chris go. I liked him, I thought he was a good player, but the club's obviously spoken to him about the opportunities for first team football this season. Again, given the amount of signings that we've got coming into his position, it's going to be competitive, and I think if he wants to play first team football, then moving was obviously the option for him. So all said and done, I think we've got a lot to look forward to this season. You know, I think we still need a new striker, of course, to complement Jonson Clarke-Harris and Max Biamou. I think Ponticelli's good. I don't think he's quite fulfilled his potential yet. He's still young. He's got a lot of improving to do. I'd love him to go and prove me wrong this season, though, and for him to be the star man of the team. How good would that be? There are a lot of competitive teams in this league. Sunderland, Barnsley, Portsmouth, Luton even. It's going to be a tough season ahead, but I think we've at least got a good enough squad to get into the playoffs again. The bookies think so, I think so, but let's wait and see. We know what it's like supporting Cov. It can be disappointing, to say the least. Who knows? Let's hope we can build on the momentum of last season. I don't think I've ever enjoyed watching Coventry play as much as I did at the end of last year. They were some of the best Coventry City matches that I've ever experienced, topped off by winning promotion at Wembley. What a great day that was. That's the end of today's episode. I really hope you've enjoyed it. If you want to subscribe, you can click on the little bell icon as well, and you'll be notified when the next episode comes out. Again, if you want to get in touch, you can get in touch with us on Twitter or email us at skybluesocialuk@gmail.com. Look forward to hearing from you, and see you next episode. If you were wondering where we got the City kits from in this episode, head over to fmconline.co.uk and check out the great selection of retro sportswear.